Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In between these major characters in the Bible of Noah and Abraham, you have in Genesis chapter 10 uh, a list of genealogies of people who aren't really considered as major characters in the Bible. These are just average, everyday people having children, spreading over the earth, and playing a part in the move of human history forward and also the movement of God's redemptive plan. But they don't have a really major role in scriptures like your Noah's or your Abraham's or your David's. These are just people, again, just having children. And that's about all that we know about them. And this teaches us a very important truth. Now, we might think that maybe because we're just average people, maybe because we feel like we're lost in among the 7 billion plus people out there in the world, that our lives aren't that important. We're not the ones that are famous or out, going to be make it into the history books or anything like that. But we got to remember that, if all we do is just raise up children for the Lord, or just live a life of faithfulness to God, and spread the gospel as we can, and do our part in passing the seed of the truth of the gospel to other people, that our lives can have meaning. Even if no one else remembers us, even if 100 years from now, all we are is just a name on a tombstone, our lives will matter because we will have played a part in God's overall story. Even though we may not be a main character, we are supporting characters in the story, and we are those that would play a part in God's redemptive plan to have His name glorified over the whole earth, as we just every day are faithful, even in the mundane task of everyday life, even as we go to work, even though we might be nameless and unknown to the rest of the world. We just continue to be faithful to the Lord. We just continue to share the gospel. We just continue to express Christ in our daily living, and pass that on to future generations and to other people who can pass it on to future generations. And if we do that, then our lives have not been wasted. But again, our lives become a part of God's bigger plan or God's bigger story, and we at least play a particular part in that story. So let's not think that our lives are not valuable just because we're not famous or popular or have a large following or anything like that. We can glorify God, and we can be a part of God's story in just the day-to-day, everyday aspects of life, as we do what we can with what we're doing to glorify God in everything that we do. And that should be enough. And if the Lord does call us onto the stage, if the Lord does call us to do big momentous things, then we'll be prepared to do that as well. But be content with just being a person who lives a quiet life, working for the Lord, putting God first, doing what we can to spread His word, and just being faithful to Him till the end. That is a life well lived, and a life that would definitely be pleasing to the Lord. So here's some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.